the Senate will come to order. Senator Zenzinger, would you please lead us in the pledge?
Thank you, Madam President Pro Tem. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Majors, would you please call the roll?
Aguilar, Balmer, Baumgardner, Brophy, Cadman, Crowder, Grantham, Guzman, Harvey, Heath, Herpin,
Excused.
Hill, Hodge, John, Johnston, Jones, Kafalas,
Excused.
Kerr, King, Lambert, Lundberg, Marble, Newell, Nicholson,
Nicholson. Excused.
Renfro, Rivera, Roberts, Scheffel, Schwartz, Stedman, Tocktrop, Todd, Ulibarri, Ulibarri,
Absent.
Zenzinger,
Senator
Herp.
Nicholson is present. Senator Herpin is present. Senator Kafalas is present.
Madam President,
Here. With 34 present, 1 absent, 0 excused, we have a quorum. Motion to adopt the journal. Senator Rivera.
Thank you, Madam President. I move that the reading of the journal of January 27th be dispensed with and the journal be approved as corrected by the Secretary.
You've heard the motion. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Committee reports.
January 27, 2014, Committee on Business, Labor, and Technology. After consideration on the Mayor's Committee recommends the following: Senate Bill 80 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with a favorable recommendation and with the recommendation that it be placed on the consent calendar. January 27, 2014, Committee on Business, Labor, and Technology. After consideration on the Mayor's Committee recommends the following: Senate Bill 54 be referred favorably to the Committee on Finance.
Senate Services.
January 28, 2014, correctly printed Senate Bills 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, 126, 127, 128, 129, 130, 131, 132, 133, 134, 135, 136, 137, 138, 139, and 140. Senate Joint Resolution 4, Senate Resolution 2.
Majority Leader Heath.
Thank you, Madam President. I move that the Senate proceed out of order to allow Senator Harvey a moment of personal privilege.
You've heard the motion. All in favor say aye. All opposed, no. Senator Harvey will be granted a moment of personal privilege out of order. Senator Harvey.
Thank you, Madam President. Members, I would like to ask you to give me your attention as I recognize Valor's football team. This is getting to be old hat. I think this is about the 5th time I've had them down here in a row. They've won 5 state championships from 3A to 4A to 5A. It's really exciting for me as well because my aide, Lori Bratton, her son is the starting center for the team. He's pretty small. He's about 6'3", 6'4", 280 pounds, and he's the smallest lineman on the offensive line, which tells you a lot about how big this team is and how amazing this team is. They won this year's record. They were 13-1, which is impressive, but more impressive is their total scores. Their total scores, they were 660 to 161. It's the way we do it in Highlands Ranch, guys. Real quick, let me read a tribute that we have for them, and then we can recognize them, and then we're going to run over to the house and do the same over there. But as we're going into Broncos Super Bowl Sunday, I think it's fitting that we have a team that could kick their butts from Highlands Ranch. So let me read the resolution. It says, the state of Colorado, the Senate and House of Representatives convened in the second regular session of the 69th General Assembly hereby extends heartiest congratulations and commendations to Coach Rod Sherman and the Valor Christian football team for winning their 5th consecutive football title in their 6th season as a program. The Valor Christian Eagles beat Fairview 56-16. 56-16, Senator Heath. In the boys' 5A high school football championship game played at Invesco Field at Mile High, November 30th, 2013. The young men on this team demonstrate the teamwork and dedication necessary to achieve such a victory. The Colorado House and Senate congratulates the coaches as well as the entire team on their state football title for outscoring their 5A opponent. Did I mention that was Fairview? Their 5A opponents, 660 to 161, and for finishing the year with a 13-1 record. On request of Senator Ted Harvey and Representative Frank McNulty, given the 30th day of January 2014, state capital, Denver, Colorado. Members, colleagues, and those in the gallery, would you please help me recognize the 2013 State 5A State Championship?
Guys should stand up. Quite an accomplishment. Congratulations, Senator Harvey.
Thank you. I was reminded real quick that I don't like to point out one individual when you have such an incredible team, but Christian McCaffrey, where are you here? Are you here in the room? There you are. Christian won the Golden Helmet Award this year from the Denver Post, and as the #1 high school football player in the state of Colorado. And I don't know if you guys had a chance to watch any of his games on television, but this is an incredible talent and has somewhat of an attachment to the Denver Broncos in days past. So, Christian, congratulations to you as well. Members, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Again, congratulations. Third reading of bills. Senator Ulibarri is present. Mr. Majors, would you please read the title to Senate Bill 28?
Senate Bill 28 by Senator Jones and Representatives Duran and Tyler concerning expansion of eligibility for the receipt of disbursements from the Electric Vehicle Grant Fund for the installation of electric vehicle charging stations.
Senator Jones.
Thank you, Madam President. I move Senate Bill 28, and I ask for an aye vote.
Is there any discussion? Are there any no votes on Senate Bill 28? Senator Balmer, Senator Grantham, Senator Renfro, Senator Marble, Senator Herpin, Senator Baumgartner, Senator Brophy, Senator Cadvan, Senator Shuffle, Senator Hill, Senator Lambert, Senator Lumberg. That helps when you wave your hands like that, so I don't miss anybody. We already got you, Mr. Minority Leader. With 23 aye votes, 12 no votes, 0 absent, and 0 excused, Senate Bill 28 is adopted. Co-sponsors: Senator Kafalas, Senator Guzman, Senator Aguilar, Mr. Majority Leader, Senator Newell, Senator Ulibarri, Senator Stedman, Senator Zenzinger. Would you please read the title to Senate Bill 20?
Senate Bill 20 by Senator Toctrop and Representative Sang concerning administration of the Motorcycle Operator Safety Training Program.
Senator Toctrop.
Thank you, Madam President. I move Senate Bill 20 on third reading and ask for an aye vote.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the question before the body is Senate Bill 28. Are there any no votes? Senate Bill 20. No votes, Senator Renfro, Senator Hill, Senator Brophy, with 32 ayes, 3 noes, 0 absent, and 0 excused, Senate Bill 20 is adopted. Co-sponsors: Mr. Majors, would you please read the title to Senate Bill 7?
Senate Bill 7 by Senators Lumberg and Jones and Representatives Foote and Del Grosso concerning authority for a Board of County Commissioners to transfer county general fund monies to his county road and bridge fund after a declared disaster emergency in the county.
Senator Lumberg.
Thank you, Madam President. I, along with my good colleague, Senator Jones, move Senate Bill 7 on third reading and ask for unanimous approval because this is a great bill. And if I might just elaborate on that for a moment, I believe it's a great bill for several reasons. One, it is a bill that we're agreeing with across the aisle. It's a product of the Flood Committee that we've been working on, a committee that's comprised of an equal number of both parties, which has, I believe, greatly contributed to that element. And it's not a bill that contains compromise. No, it's a bill that contains common ground, which is a very important component. And I bring that up because when common ground is found, we have good product for the people of Colorado. And there are two elements in it I want you to be aware of that I believe are important. Of course, it's addressing we went over the particulars of allowing communities to, or counties, I should say, to use their general fund for road and bridge emergency repair. But it's upon declaration of emergency by the governor. That's important because it's not relying on the President of the United States, which far too often we are beholden to. No, it's the business of the state of Colorado for the people of Colorado, and it's empowering the governor to call that emergency, as well as it's only for 4 years, so it doesn't change the established policy, doesn't change the rule, it provides for a healthy exception. And for those reasons and the many we discussed in the second reading, that's a great bill. I urge its unanimous adoption. Thank you.
Senator Jones.
Thank you, Madam President. Members, a couple days ago I talked about with the flood and how it went on for days, 3 days actually, and one day it dumped as much rain in a day as it does in a year typically. And the fact that 8 people were killed, 218 people were injured, 18,000 were displaced, 500 miles of roads damaged. A lot of lives were swept away in that storm, and the heartache remains. In Longmont, there were 12,000 evacuation notices. This bill helps people get back on their feet. It allows counties flexibility to use their general fund to fix their roads, which many of them they're still working on. And it also enables people, the governor, to declare emergency and have this up to 4 years. So I appreciate the municipality stepping up and compromising on this. As I said the other day, this is not over. I know we all know that intellectually, but it ain't. It's going to be years. And right now, there are concerns about a second flood because of the debris still in the rivers that needs to come out before the runoff. So I, like Senator Lundberg, appreciate the working in a nonpartisan way on this thing, putting people before politics. I think it's just critical. If you go out and look, it'll bring you to that place real quick. Glen Haven just kind of is rooted in my mind, Lyons, Longmont. So I would ask for an aye vote to help people get their lives back together, to take a step towards recovery. And I thank everybody for their support on both sides of the aisle to make this thing go, and other future bills as well.
Thank you, Senator Lambert.
Thank you, Madam President. Senator Lundberg brought up a good point here, and we've discussed several things about emergency powers for the last couple of years. Funding, making the cash funds more porous so that the governor has authority to move money around when he or she needs to. This is not a partisan issue as far as the emergency powers of the governor. We do need to watch out. We need to have oversight within our legislature of how that money is being spent and how it's being repaid. But I think we've made a lot of progress, not just because of the flooding issues, but also because of the wildfire issues and things like that. And also, just inherently under the U.S. Constitution, the governor has extraordinary 10th Amendment powers, police powers of the state, to preserve health, life, and safety. And I've been, I think, probably one of the strongest advocates for the governor's authority in that area. And this is one of those positive milestones, perhaps, in extending that governor's power to be a referee of this kind of funding. One thing that I'd like to mention that when Senator Jones and I were talking about this, he was doing the lion's share of the work of coordinating it's not really a political issue, but the issues of the interests of cities and the interests of counties, because CCI and CML had some concerns about this. Anytime you have a dedicated funding stream that's going to go to one particular thing, you want to put some sideboards on that. And but I think this was went through several iterations to make sure that all these equities were considered. But at the end of the day, under emergency conditions, we need to allow local governments to use their own budgets to help themselves first, and then have consideration for the states to help them as well, and then, of course, the federal government. One question I have, though, for Senator Jones, as you recall, there was some research done on how these restrictions on local general funds actually originally came into being, and I was wondering if you might like to comment about that, because I thought that was an interesting little story.
Senator Jones.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. Yeah, it is kind of interesting if you're wonks like us, I think. So in 1952, the legislature decided counties needed to have a general fund and a separate road and bridge fund. Apparently that didn't exist prior to that time. As you might imagine, in the 50s, there was a lot of road building going on. That's when Eisenhower did the big interstate push later on in that decade. And for whatever reason, they wanted them separated. Now, half of the money in the road and bridge fund, the property tax that goes in the road and bridge fund, is obligated to the municipalities. And that's why they've guarded it all this time so closely. And actually, there have been court cases on that, defending that. So having an event that brings not only the counties, the municipalities, and the special districts together like this, an extraordinary event, let that move, I guess, or compromise up to 4 years to replace Road and Bridge Fund money. And it was a local government love fest, and that's a good thing to have, right? Sometimes we don't have that, but I got to say, municipalities really worked with the counties to fix a problem that people had, and I really appreciate that.
Senator Lambert.
Thank you, Madam President. And one of my motivations there for mentioning that was our legislative legal services in drafting this bill, and everybody else that was involved with it tried to research what the origins of that were, and we have no records at all whatsoever of how that particular decision was made back in 1952. They didn't keep records like we do today, and you know, I'm sure our legislative legal staff put in many, many hours of overtime never to find any other information about it. So it did become one of those sort of permanent doctrinaire kinds of programs that resisted any change for a long time. But under emergencies, this is totally appropriate. I think we have the right safeguards in there to protect all those interests, and I would also ask for an aye vote.
Senator Lambert.
Thank you, Madam President. Senator Lambert, I'm sure you will agree that 1952, as I do, was a very good year for many reasons, and we renew your second time is done. There you go. We renew our request for unanimous approval of Senate Bill 7. Madam President.
Senator Jones.
I was just going to say some of us don't remember that time, us youngsters.
Any further discussion on Senate Bill 7? Seeing none, the question for the body is the adoption of Senate Bill 7. Are there any no votes? With 35 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, and 0 excused, Senate Bill 7 is adopted. Co-sponsors: Minority Leader Cadman, Majority Leader Heath, Senator Newell, Senator Todd, Senator Schwartz, Senator Stedman, Madam President Pro Tem, Senator Kafalis, Senator Kerr, Senator Zenzinger, Senator Aguilar, Senator Ulibarri, Senator Harvey. I think your hand was up. Senator Johnston, Senator John, Senator Hodge, Senator King, Senator Brophy, Senator Rivera, Senator Scheffel, Senator Crowder, Senator Lambert, Senator Herpin, Senator Baumgartner, Senator Hill, Senator Roberts, Senator Grantham. Please add the President. General orders, second reading of bills, consent calendar. Senator Stedman.
Thank you, Madam President. I move that the Senate resolve itself into a committee as a whole for consideration of general orders, second reading of bills, consent.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The Senate will resolve itself into the committee of the whole for purposes of considering general orders, second reading of bills, consent calendar. Senator Stedman will take the chair.
The committee will come to order. Mr. Majors, would you please read the title to all of the bills on the consent calendar?
Senate Bill 48 by Senator Guzman and Representative Waller concerning use of the most recent United States Census Bureau mortality table as evidence of the expectancy of continued life of any person in a civil action in Colorado. Senate Bill 60 by Senators Todd and King and Representatives Corman and Williams concerning the authorization of the Department of Transportation to conduct flag person training. Senate Bill 76 by Senator Todd Trop and Representative Becker concerning the creation of a hard rock mining permit issued by the Division of Reclamation, Mining, and Safety for mining operations disturbing no more than 5 acres of surface area.
Senator Heath.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move the adoption of all the bills on general orders, second reading of bills, consent calendar, and the associated committee reports, including Senate Bill 48, Senate Bill 60, and its Transportation Committee report, and Senate Bill 76 and its Agricultural, Natural Resources, and Energy Committee report.
Thank you. We will first take up the committee reports. Is there any discussion of any of the committee reports accompanying the bills on the consent calendar? Seeing none, the question before the committee is the adoption of those committee reports. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, say no. Ayes have it, and the reports are adopted. To the bills. The question before the committee is now the adoption of all of the bills on the second reading consent calendar. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, say no. Ayes have it, and the bills are adopted. Senator Heath.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move we rise and report.
Motion before the body is to rise and report. All in favor, please say aye. Opposed, say no. Ayes have it. The committee will rise and report.
The Senate will come back to order. Senator Stedman.
Thank you, Madam President. Your Committee of the Whole has met and has considered several bills on our second reading consent calendar. I'd ask the clerk to please read the report.
January 28, 2014, Madam President, your Committee of the Whole takes the reports out in consideration of the following attached bills being second reading thereof, makes following recommendations thereon. Senate Bill 48, Senate Bill 60 as amended, Senate Bill 76 as amended, pass on second reading in order and gross place on the counter for third reading and final passage.
Senator Stedman.
Thank you, Madam President. I move for the adoption of the report of the Committee of the Whole.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the question before the body is the adoption of the Committee of the Whole report. Are there any no votes? With 35 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, and 0 excused, the Committee of the Whole report is adopted. Senate Bill 48, Senate Bill 60 as amended, Senate Bill 76 as amended, passed on second reading and ordered, engrossed, and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. General Order, second reading of bills. Senator Stedman.
Thank you, Madam President. I move that the Senate resolve itself into a Committee of the Whole for consideration of general orders.
You've heard the motion. All in favor say aye. All opposed, no. Ayes have it. The committee will resolve itself to the Committee of the Whole for consideration of second reading general orders. Senator Stedman will take the chair.
The committee will come to order. The coat rule is relaxed. Mr. Majors, would you please read the title to Senate Bill 67?
Senate Bill 67 by Senator Aguilar and Representative Singer concerning aligning certain state medical assistance programs eligibility laws with the Federal Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act.
Senator Aguilar.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move Senate Bill 67 in the Health and Human Services Committee report. There is no report.
To the committee report. Is there? I don't show a committee report.
I apologize. I'm sorry. There is no committee report.
Okay. We're to the bill then. Senator Aguilar.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. As of January 1st, our state's Medicaid eligibility categories became inconsistent with the federal law, and these discrepancies can put our department at risk for audits, federal disallowances, and lawsuits. Senate Bill 67 aligns our state statute with federal law by consolidating our absolute eligibility categories into 4 categories with standardized age and income levels. This legislation does not affect any client's eligibility or services. It does not expand or alter eligibility for Medicaid recipients in any way, and it also would not affect clients receiving long-term services and supports through the Medicaid waivers. This change will enhance and encourage transparency in our state statutes moving forward, and this change is broadly supported by stakeholders, and I ask for your support.
Senator Lundberg.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members in committee, this did not come out unanimously, and I want to explain to you why I and one other member was a no vote. It has to do with, really just read the title, concerning aligning certain state medical assistance programs eligibility laws with the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act. That's commonly known as Obamacare. And essentially what this bill does is it takes our laws and says we have to follow the prescription of Obamacare. I likened it during committee to rearranging the deck chairs on a certain ship that is quite possibly going down. And I didn't see that it would be appropriate for my vote to be supporting that in any way. So if you, like I, believe that Obamacare is a titanic disaster and may or may not survive in any sense. I do not believe that Colorado policy should rush to align ourselves with such a disaster, and would urge a no vote on Senate Bill 67.
Senator Crowder.
Thank you, Mr. President. I also heard in this committee, and I did vote for it. What I looked at was just a simple situation where it was aligning some legal jargon to fit with the federal, which already takes care of it. So I really didn't have too much of a problem. And I did not believe that it had too much, if anything, to do with the upcoming Obamacare. So I would stand in support of this because I just didn't see that there was that much of conflict within the state. It was just a situation of streamlining efforts. Thank you.
Further discussion on Senate Bill 67. Seeing none, the question before the committee is the adoption of Senate Bill 67. All in favor, please say aye. Opposed, say no. The ayes have it, and Senate Bill 67 is adopted. Mr. Majors, would you please read the title to Senate Bill 4?
Senate Bill 4 by Senator Todd and Representatives Wilson and May concerning the role and mission of community colleges.
Senator Todd.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and good morning, colleagues. I move Senate Bill 4, and there is no committee report.
To the bill, Senator Todd.
Thank you. Senate Bill 4 is a bill that permits the State Board for Community Colleges and Occupational Education to establish technical career and workforce development Bachelor of Applied Science degree programs at state-supported community colleges. They may not accept or they may not begin these or approve these programs without approval from CCHE, which is Colorado Commission of Higher Education. And prior to approving any new degree programs, CCHE must consider a couple of different factors. One, that they provide data demonstrating workforce and student demand for the degree, that the accreditation requirements for the new program can be met by the college, the new degree program is cost-effective for the student and the community college system, and the new degree program can be provided through an existing statewide transfer agreement with an accredited four-year institution in the community college's geographical service area or with a four-year institution that has a statewide service area. In addition, the CCHE must determine if the degree program requested is sufficiently distinguishable from an existing program at a state four-year institution of higher education or a degree program that has been successfully offered previously in conjunction with a state four-year university, and which will be reinstated sooner than the newly proposed degree program can be offered by the community college. And the bill establishes similar criteria for Ames Community College, that they may offer a Bachelor of Applied Science degree. And finally, the bill modifies the role and mission of Western State College, Western State Colorado University to permit the school to offer basic skills classes. This is a bill that passed out of committee unanimously, and we had great testimony. Good morning. We had great testimony, and there was absolutely no opposition in the presentation of the bill. With that, I would urge an aye vote.
Thank you. Senator Heath.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to thank Senator Todd. Last year, this was a very, very difficult bill. I was serving on the Education Committee with Senator Todd last year when all of this surfaced towards the end of the session. And I think many of you remember that some of the universities, particularly the University of Colorado and Colorado State, had some real concerns about the bill. And it was not a pleasant conversation, let's put it that way, and I think all of us felt badly, and I particularly did. But I also felt strongly that we needed to have a broader conversation about this whole subject. And Senator Todd brought everybody together this summer in an unprecedented way, and it served many purposes, not the least of which was this bill. And I just want to thank her for doing this. This is something that I can now wholeheartedly endorse. And along with the universities who were concerned about it before. I don't want to speak for them, but certainly they did not come into the committee and speak against the bill. Is that correct? But anyway, I think this is the way to do things. to get everybody together and put the best brains that we possibly have and come up with a solution. And you know, it's this is what this is all about. This is about coming together and figuring out ways to resolve issues. And I think we did it in a great way. And I'm going to be very, very proud to be able to vote yes on this bill. So thank you, Senator Todd.
Senator Jones.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. A lot like Senator Heath, I want to thank Senator Todd on this bill. In my district, a lot of people who work at CU and attend CU live there. Not only that, I have Front Range Community College in the district in Longmont, and that combination kind of puts me in between all of this. And I really appreciate that Senator Todd and many others took the time to figure this out, because I think we all agree that we want opportunity for people to achieve, to get ahead, and the freedom to have a choice about where they do that. And that's what this bill does, and I just want to thank Senator Todd for bringing it. And I think I'm looking forward to young people and not so young people at the community college level going on and improving their lives, improving their family situation, and being more productive for all of us. So thanks, Senator Todd.
Senator Grantham.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Colleagues, I also encourage an aye vote on this. This is a long time coming. In fact, about 12 months worth of time where we should have been able to take care of this last year. It was Senator Heath mentioned the to-do that happened last year over this bill, and it's unfortunate that we weren't able to resolve this last time, but through the work of the sponsors on both the House and Senate side, we were able to see this to the end, and I thank the sponsor for that. This will help our rural areas. This will help our community colleges be better able to serve all of our constituencies as far as providing those degrees and providing those educations that they otherwise wouldn't be able to get. I mean, if you're down in Lamar, it's easy to say, well, why don't you just go up to CSU Pueblo? Well, it's easy to say. Or Trinidad or La Junta. This provides just that extra opportunity for these students down in these rural areas to get those degrees that they want that aren't being provided anywhere else, that aren't being provided at those four-year schools. And I do encourage and ask for an aye vote on this.
Further discussion of Senate Bill 4. Seeing none, the question before the committee is the adoption of Senate Bill 4. All in favor, please say aye. Opposed, say no. Ayes have it, and the bill is adopted. Mr. Majors, would you please read the title to Senate Bill 52?
Senate Bill 52 by Senator Crowder and Representative Sonnenberg concerning actions taken to remediate soil erosion creating property damage.
Senator Crowder.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would make a motion to move Senate Bill 14052 forward.
To the bill, Senator Crowder.
Thank you. What this bill pertains to is a bill brought forward by Colorado County CCI, also supported by Colorado Farm Bureau, Colorado Livestock Association. Currently, a Board of County Commissioners may, after a complaint has been filed, appropriate consultations made, determine that wind-blown soil from land in the county is harming neighboring property and the erosion constituents an emergency. The county may mitigate the erosion and charge the benefited landowner, but the charge cannot exceed the lesser of the actual cost, or $15 per acre. Section 1 of the bill adds a range specialist or extension agents with expertise in soil conservation or soil science to the list of people the board may consult. Section 2 replaces the $15 cap at the treatment cost with a limit of actual cost, but the cost may not exceed the maximum listed in the published marketed rates for the service. Ladies and gentlemen, what this bill does is basically set up a situation where egregious landowners who do not take care of their property, allows their dirt to be blown on neighboring fences, canals, roads, etc. And in the past, the counties do have the the opportunity to reclaim this ground or fix the situation at a cost of $15 per acre, but that cost has far out exceeded the times in which we live in. So what we're doing is just placing this in a situation where it gives them a little bit more authority to take care of a problem, which, again, this is basically just affects the egregious landowner. People under normal practices are not affected with this, so with that said, I would move this forward.
Further discussion on Senate Bill 52. There is an amendment on the desk. Mr. Majors, would you please read the title to Amendment L001?
Amendment L001 by Senator Crowder, amendment printed bill page 4, line 2, strike.
Senator Crowder.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move Amendment L001. The amendment, basically what it does, there was a situation in committee where it was brought up that on the published circumstances, and what we've done is set this amendment to follow the Colorado State University Extension or a comparable publication. What this does is gives the opportunity for that county to do so under a reliable source of cost for this.
Discussion on 001. Senator Schwartz.
And thank you, Mr. Chair, and I want to thank Senator Crowder for bringing this amendment forward. I think it does create a marker for us in terms of this market rate that can be more reliable. And I think also adding the language that should that publication go away, that there'd be some comparable publication that would identify market rates for this kind of mitigation. And just want to thank Senator Crowder for bringing it forward. It was a little tough for us to do on the fly and conceptually, and I think it's a good amendment. I ask for it, I vote.
Yes. Question before the committee is, Senator Crowder.
One final note there, the physical note, there is no physical impact on this, and I ask for your support on this bill. Thank you.
Question before the committee is the adoption of Amendment L001. All in favor, please say aye. Opposed, say no. Ayes have it, and the amendment is adopted. We're back to the bill. Further discussion? Seeing none, question before the committee is the adoption of Senate Bill 52 on second reading. All in favor, please say aye. Opposed, say no. The ayes have it, and the bill is adopted. Senator Heath.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move we rise and report.
You've heard the motion. All in favor, please say aye. Opposed, say no. Ayes have it. The committee will rise and report.
The Senate will come back to order. Senator Stedman.
Thank you, Madam President. Your Committee of the Whole has met and has had under consideration several bills. I'd ask the clerk to please read the report.
January 28, 2014, Madam President, your Committee of the Whole begs the report is out of consideration the following attached bills being the second reading thereof, makes following recommendations thereon: Senate Bill 67, Senate Bill 4, Senate Bill 52 as amended. Pass on second reading in order to engross place on the counter for third reading, final passage.
Senator Stedman.
Thank you. I move for the adoption of the report of the Committee of the Whole.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the question for the body is the adoption of the Committee of the Whole report. Are there any no votes? With 35 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, and 0 excused, the Committee of the Whole report is adopted. Senate Bill 67, Senate Bill 4, Senate Bill 52 as amended, passed on second reading and ordered, engrossed, and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. Consideration of governor's appointments, consent calendar. Mr. Majors, would you please read the governor's appointments to all the boards and commissions on the consent calendar?
Members of the Board of Assessment Appeals for terms expiring July 1st, 2014, Mary K. Kelly of Silverthorne, Colorado, reappointed. Amy J. Williams of Hayden, Colorado, engaged in agricultural, reappointed. And Brooke Blair Lear of Greenwood Village, Colorado, reappointed. For term expiring July 1st, 2017, Deborah Ann Bombach of Littleton, Colorado, appointed. Members of the Fire and Police Pension Association Board of Directors for a term expiring September 1st, 2014, David Leroy Baumberger of Castle Rock, Colorado, has experience in insurance disability claims and occasioned by the resignation of Monica Cortez Sangster of Aurora, Colorado, appointed. For term expiring September 1st, 2015, Todd A. Bauer of Denver, Colorado, full-time paid firefighter, reappointed. For term expiring September 1st, 2019, Nick Nuanez of Denver, Colorado, retired firefighter, appointed. Members of the Colorado School of Mines Board of Trustees, effective December 31st, 2013, for terms expiring December 31st, 2017. Stuart A. Bliss of Denver, Colorado, a Republican who is not a graduate of the Colorado School of Mines, reappointed. Thomas E. Jordan of Centennial, Colorado, an unaffiliated graduate of the Colorado School of Mines appointed. Members of the Colorado Educational and Cultural Facilities Authority Board of Directors for terms expiring June 30th, 2017. William T. Pound of Castle Pines, Colorado appointed. Dan J. Wilson of Broomfield, Colorado appointed. Members of the Parks and Wildlife Commission for terms expiring July 1st, 2017. Gene Horn of Meeker, Colorado as a representative of sports persons and outfitters in west of the Continental Divide reappointed. James C. Pribble of Boulder, Colorado as a member at large reappointed.
Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I move for the confirmation of all the appointments on the consent calendar, including the members of the Board of Assessment Appeals, the Fire and Police Pension Association Board of Directors, the Colorado School of Mines Board of Trustees, the Colorado Educational and Cultural Facilities Authority Board of Directors, and the Parks and Wildlife Commission.
Is there any discussion on any of the appointments to any of the boards or commissions on consent calendar? The motion before the body is the adoption of governor's appointments listed on the consent calendar. Are there any no votes on any of the appointments? With 35 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, and 0 excused, Mary Kay Kelly, Amy J. Williams, Brooke Blair Lear, Deborah Ann Bombach are appointed to the Board of Assessment Appeals. With 35 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, and 0 excused, David Leroy Baumberger, Todd A. Bauer, Nick Nuanos are appointed to the Fire and Police Pension Association Board of Directors. With 35 ayes, 0 noes, 0 excused, and 0 absent, Stuart A. Bliss, Thomas E. Jordan are appointed to the Colorado School of Mines Board of Trustees. With 35 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, and 0 excused, William T. Pound, Dan J. Wilson are appointed to the Colorado Educational and Cultural Facilities Authority Board of Directors. With 35 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, and 0 excused, Gene Horn and James C. Pribble are appointed to Parks and Wildlife Commission. Committee reports.
January 27, 2014, Committee on State Veterans and Military Affairs, after consideration, the Mayor's Committee recommends the following Senate Bill 63 be amended as follows and as submitted for the Committee of the Whole favorable recommendation. January 27, 2014, Committee on State Veterans and Military Affairs, after consideration, the Mayor's Committee recommends the following Senate Bill 84 be amended as follows and as so amended be referred to the Committee of the Whole favorable recommendation. January 27, 2014, Committee on State Veterans and Military Affairs, after consideration, the Mayor's Committee recommends the following Senate Bill 71 be postponed indefinitely. January 27, 2014, Committee on State Veterans and Military Affairs, after consideration, the Mayor's Committee recommends the following Senate Bill 79 be postponed indefinitely. January 27, 2014, Committee on Judiciary, after consideration, the Mayor's Committee recommends the following House Bill 1019 be referred to the Committee of the Whole favorable recommendation with the recommendation be placed on the consent calendar. January 27, 2014, Committee on Judiciary, after consideration, the Mayor's Committee recommends the following Senate Bill 34 be postponed indefinitely. January 27, 2014, Committee on Judiciary, after consideration, the Mayor's Committee recommends the following Senate Bill 62 be amended as follows and as amended for the Committee on Appropriations with favorable recommendation. January 27, 2014, Committee on Judiciary, after consideration, the Mayor's Committee recommends the following Senate Bill 70 be postponed indefinitely. January 27, 2014, Committee on Judiciary, after consideration, the Mayor's Committee recommends the following Senate Bill 59 be amended as follows and as amended for the Committee of the Whole favorable recommendation.
Announcements. Senator Baumgartner.
Thank you, Madam President. Ask for a moment of personal privilege.
Granted. Senator Baumgartner, please proceed.
Thank you. Colleagues, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce some emergency medical services responders that are in the chamber. If you guys will please, and ladies will please stand up. Would you please welcome them to the chamber? They are from all 4 corners of the state, and they are here, going to be in the Capitol throughout the day. And there's also a reception, emergency medical services reception at the University Club this evening from 5:30 to 7:30. So thank you for being here, and let's welcome them to the chamber. Thank you, Madam President.
Senator King.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask for a moment of personal privilege.
Granted.
Thank you. Firemen, first responders, police officers, sheriff's officers. It's a dangerous business. Jefferson County Sheriff's Office has identified the motorcycle deputy who was killed in a head-on crash Sunday as Sergeant David Baldwin, a 27-year veteran of the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department. Baldwin began his career in law enforcement with the Sheriff's Office in 1987. He was promoted to the rank of sergeant in 1996 and worked varying assignments in the detention division. He was a bomb squad member, patrol division, and most recently assigned to the motorcycle unit. Baldwin also served as a firearms instructor, a driving instructor, and an instructor for the basic and advanced law enforcement motorcycle school. It takes a special kind of person to take an oath to protect and serve others in the community and to constantly put their safety above your own, said Sheriff Ted Mink. David will be remembered for his love of his family, his duty to service, and his dedication to his community. Madam President, I ask for a moment of silence in the memory of Sergeant David Baldwin. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. Senator Togdrup.
Thank you, Madam President. And everybody has got one of these green pieces, cardboard on their desk, and it's concerning that tomorrow is a 9 Health Fair, and this is the largest. Quest Diagnostic is putting this on, and it's the country's largest independent clinical laboratory, and it's a major sponsor of the Channel 9 Health Fair. They're going to be here tomorrow, and they're going to blood chemistry screening, and just ask that you go there. And remember, if you are diabetic, you do not have to fast, but if you are not diabetic, I recommend that you fast. They will also do blood pressure screening, and please be there. It's very good. Preventive medicine, and I just ask the diagnostic testing tomorrow.
Senator Hodge.
Thank you, Madam President, and I won't normally do this, but I do want to let you know that Friday morning, 7:30 a.m., we will have our first Appropriations Committee meeting. Senators Guzman, Crowder, Baumgardner, Herpin, Lambert, Hodge, and Stedman all have bills up, so it's our first meeting. See you Friday morning, 7:30 a.m.
Senator Todd.
Thank you, Madam President. And I bring before you Mars. How many of you know that Colorado has a major part of Colorado on its way to Mars right now? How many of you have heard of the MAVEN project? That is something that was launched in November, and I am so proud of the work that University of Colorado, Lockheed Martin, UAL have partnered together and brought this to the forefront. Aerospace is one of the top economic drivers in our state, and there are many people who don't know and understand. They think it all is down in Florida or on the coast, but we in Colorado are one of the leading states. And so I invite you this afternoon at 2 o'clock to come to Transportation Committee. Again, those of you that are not fortunate enough to serve on transportation are certainly welcome, and we encourage you to come and learn about aerospace. Previous spacecraft sent to Mars have shown us that the planet's climate has changed through time. And so this is what this research is all about. Come, learn a little bit more about it, and we will welcome you. And if you like it so much, you can maybe even come back to transportation time and time again. Thank you.
Senator Newell.
Thank you, Madam President. Members, you received a notice on your desk that looks like this, that says the Children's Caucus has a legislative reception for child sex trafficking. We have a panel on that. The Rocky Mountain Children's Law Center is helping us with that panel. it is not until next Tuesday, but I bring it up now because you need to RSVP because spots could be limited because it's a popular topic of interest. So if you would like to, please RSVP by Friday. Thank you so much.
Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. And if I could ask my colleagues just to please listen closely to this. We are doing our very, very best to run the sessions in an orderly way. And I know the Secretary's put out a number of notices on this, and I have too. But when we get into resolutions and we bring people in, we really need notice. So I'm going to read this, and it's a little lengthy, but we're going to do our very, very best to meet all of your requests and your personal requests and all of those things, but we just need to get a little notice. So let me just read this. It's at the request of the Secretary and myself, and so let me just go ahead. If you intend to have a resolution or memorial heard on a particular day in order to allow time to give proper public notice on the calendar and to make the necessary arrangements, you will need to give advance notice to the Secretary and myself, and your resolution or memorial must be introduced at least 2 days in advance to be added to the calendar. For any House joint resolution or joint memorials you are sponsoring, please make sure that you also notify us in advance so that we can plan the day's calendar accordingly. In regards to a tribute, although it is not posted on the calendar, advance notice is also appreciated, especially if you will have guests on the floor, because we do want to recognize our guests on the floor. If you are inviting ceremonial participants, such as guests who will be leading us in the pledge, and we do that. We have Boy Scouts do that every year, for example. Or conducting musical presentations, please make sure that the arrangements are made through the Secretary and myself at least a week in advance so we can make sure that we accommodate the request and we can plan accordingly. We want to make sure that we recognize all our guests, but we need to be able to balance these recognitions against our floor work and with other individuals or groups that are visiting the chamber. I personally am my wife and a number of folks are going to be here tomorrow. We're trying to accommodate that, and I know you have similar requests. So please let us know of any visitors or special requests that you are inviting to the floor so the sergeants excuse me, can reserve seating for them. And again, please try to understand, these requests are so we can accommodate everybody and build it into our calendar. So bottom line, if you'd like to present anything outside of our regular business, the Secretary and I need to know as far in advance as possible, and we're going to do everything we can to accommodate those wishes. So with that, Madam President, all of the committees are going to meet as scheduled, and tomorrow all except Senate Bill 18 and Health and Human Services, Senate Bill 18 will not be heard tomorrow. Everything else is as on the calendar. With that, Madam President, I move we adjourn until 9 a.m. Wednesday, January 29th.
You've heard the motion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The Senate will adjourn until 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Thank you.